She announced, "I'm taking a solo retreat, no service." I replied, "Enjoy." Then I moved the dog to my sister's, set up mail forwarding, and put our house cleaner on hold. 3 days later, she returned to an empty calendar and a finalized pet agreement waiting on the counter. 34 mail, I'm sitting here with a beer, our dog Biscuit at my feet, well, temporarily at my sister's feet, and finally ready to share what went down last week. Still processing, but the clarity is almost therapeutic. My girlfriend Sienna, 31, has this thing about solo retreats. Started innocently enough 2 years into our 4-year relationship. "I need to reconnect with myself," she'd say, booking some meditation retreat or cabin getaway. Cool, self-care matters. I supported it, but here's the pattern. She'd announce these trips maybe 24 hours before leaving, always during inconvenient times, my work presentations, family visits, scheduled home repairs. Always no cell service, so she couldn't be reached. Always left me handling everything solo. The last 6 months, 5 retreats. 5. Each time I'd scramble to rearrange our shared responsibilities, cancel dinner reservations with my parents, handle Biscuit's vet appointment alone, meet the contractor about the bathroom renovation we'd planned together, deal with her mother's surprise visits. "Where's Sienna?" "Oh, another retreat, Mrs. Hartley." Last Tuesday, I'm prepping for a major client pitch on Friday. She walks into the kitchen, that familiar, dreamy look. "Babe, I'm feeling really disconnected lately. I found this amazing silent retreat in the mountains." "When?" "Tomorrow morning, 3 days, no phones allowed. You understand, right? You're so supportive." The casualness. The assumption, like I'm just there. A support system on standby. This Friday is my Brennan Industries pitch. We have dinner with the Johnsons Saturday. They're moving to Portugal, remember? And Biscuit's grooming is Thursday. "Sienna, you'll figure it out. You always do. This is really important for my spiritual journey." Something snapped. Not dramatically. Just clicked into place. A decision. Me, "You're right. Enjoy your retreat." Surprised at the easy agreement. "Really? You're the best. I'll make it up to you." She left Wednesday morning, yoga mat under arm, essential oils in her bag. Kissed me goodbye like everything was normal. I waited exactly 1 hour after her car disappeared. Then I got to work. "Biscuit," called my sister Delia. "Hey, weird favor? Can Biscuit stay with you for a week?" Explained briefly. She laughed, said about time, and picked him up that afternoon. Packed all his toys, bed, special food. The works. Mail. Set up forwarding to a P.O. box I rented. Effective immediately. Only for mail addressed to me or resident. House cleaner. Marisa comes Thursdays. Called her, put service on hold. Taking a break from the service, will call when ready to resume. She was confused but professional. The calendar, this was the big one. Deleted every shared event from my Google Calendar. Moved them all to a private one she couldn't access. All those dinner reservations, concert tickets, weekend plans we'd made, now just mine. The document. Drafted a pet custody agreement. Simple. Clear. Biscuit was technically mine. Adopted before we met, all papers in my name. But we'd been co-parenting. Not anymore. The document outlined that I retained full custody and responsibility. She could visit by arrangement. Printed it. Left it on the kitchen counter with a pen. Spent Thursday working from a coffee shop. Peaceful. Friday? Nailed the Brennan pitch without the pre-meeting stress of wondering if she'd flake on something. Saturday? Took my cousin to the Johnsons' farewell dinner instead. They didn't even ask about Sienna. Guess they were used to her absences. Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Heard her key in the lock. "Sienna, babe, I'm back. The retreat was amazing. I feel so centered." Walked into the kitchen, saw the document. The silence stretched. "What's this?" "Me, pet agreement. For Biscuit." "Is this a joke?" "Where is Biscuit?" "Me at Delia's. He's staying there for now." The mood shifted. Fast. "You gave away our dog?" "My dog. And no, I'm making arrangements that work for my schedule." "Because I took a retreat? You're being ridiculous. 5 retreats in 6 months. Each one dropped on me last minute. I'm done being the default handler of our life." She grabbed her phone, probably to check our shared calendar. Blank. Her face went from confused to angry. "Sienna, you deleted everything? The Patel wedding next month? The concert tickets? Moved them to my calendar. You can make your own plans." "This is insane. I needed 3 days for myself." And you took them. I used those 3 days for myself too, to reorganize my life in a way that doesn't revolve around sudden disappearances. She tried calling Marisa, number disconnected. I'd given Marisa a heads up to block her, said we were taking a break and to only communicate with me. The mail? She'd realized that in a few days, when her packages didn't arrive. Sienna, you're punishing me for self-care. Me, no, I'm prioritizing my own stability. You want spontaneous retreats? Cool, but not at the expense of my sanity and schedule anymore. Update 1. The entitlement escalation was swift and honestly kind of impressive in its audacity. Monday morning, she tried to pretend nothing happened, made breakfast humming, acted like the whole confrontation was just a mood. So should we go get Biscuit today? Me, I'm picking him up Thursday. The agreement is on the counter if you want to discuss visitation. Stop being petty. Continued eating my eggs. She left for work in a huff. That evening, the first wave hit. Her mom called. Mrs. Hartley. Trevor, Sienna says you're having some sort of episode? Me, no episode, Mrs. Hartley. Just establishing boundaries. About what? She takes a little vacation, and you throw a tantrum? 5 last-minute departures in 6 months, leaving me to handle all shared responsibilities alone. Well, that's what partners do. They support each other. Support goes both ways. It shouldn't be one-sided. You're going to lose her over this foolishness. She's a free spirit. You knew that. Free spirits can still respect their partner's time and commitments. She hung up. 20 minutes later, Sienna's best friend Josie called, then her yoga instructor Moonbeam. Yes, really. All with the same message. I was being controlling, unsupportive, probably abusive. Tuesday, Sienna tried a different approach. Came home with my favorite takeout, wore the dress I liked, full charm, offensive. Baby, I've been thinking. You're right, I should have communicated better. Let's just forget this happened, okay? I'm not forgetting anything. Happy to move forward with new boundaries, though. What boundaries? You handle your own scheduling. I handle mine. We coordinate only when necessary. That's not a relationship. Neither is disappearing whenever you feel like it. She threw the takeout in the trash. Drama queen move, but I'd already eaten anyway. Wednesday got interesting. Came home to find her sister Bianca there. Ambush attempt. Trevor, we need to talk about your behavior. No, we don't. This is between Sienna and me. You're isolating her, taking away her support animal. Biscuit is my dog, and she's free to get her own support animal. You're being cruel. I'm being practical. You wanted independence? You've got it. She made one mistake. Pulled out my phone, showed them my calendar from the last 6 months, every retreat highlighted, every responsibility I'd covered alone annotated. Bianca went quiet. Neat pattern, not mistake. They left together, Sienna crying dramatically. I deep cleaned the bathroom, very therapeutic. Thursday, picked up Biscuit. Delia had questions. Delia, so, you finally grew a spine? Something like that. Good. She's been walking all over you. Mom and I have been waiting for you to wake up. News to me, but not surprising. Family sees things. Got home to find Sienna had escalated. My gaming setup was in the garage. My books were boxed up. My coffee maker was missing. Petty revenge for Biscuit. Texted her, your belongings will be in the garage by evening if items aren't returned. Immediate response, you wouldn't dare. Started packing her meditation cushions and crystals. Coffee maker reappeared within an hour. Update 2, Friday morning she dropped the bomb. Was getting ready for work when she announced, Sienna, I've been thinking and I need another retreat to process all this stress you've caused. Me not even looking up. Cool, when? This weekend. I found a healing workshop. Sounds good. She seemed shocked at the easy agreement. Waited for the catch. It's 2 nights. Okay, you're not going to throw another fit? Me, your life, your choices. I've got plans anyway. She left Saturday morning, suspicious but trying to maintain her enlightened image. The second her car turned the corner, I started phase 2. See, I'd been thinking. If she wants complete autonomy, she should have it. Fully. The lease, our apartment lease, was month to month, both names. Went to the office, explained we were separating. Asked to be removed from the lease effective next month. They said she'd need to qualify solo or find a new roommate. Her income? Part-time yoga instructor and occasional Etsy sales. Good luck with that. Utilities, all in my name because her credit was sketch when we moved in. Scheduled disconnection for month's end. She'd need to reapply in her name. The storage unit. We rented one for her overwhelming collection of healing supplies and unused exercise equipment. My name, my credit card, gave notice. She had 30 days to claim her stuff or rent her own unit. The best part, found out through social media, her Instagram isn't as private as she thinks, that this healing workshop, it was in the same town as her ex, Dakota. Photos of them randomly running into each other. Universe bringing souls together, apparently. Screenshotted everything. Sunday evening, she returned, glowing. Sienna, the workshop was transformative. I feel like myself again. Me, great, glad you figured things out. Yeah, I realized I need to honor my authentic self more. Absolutely. Speaking of which, some logistics. Handed her a folder. Lease removal notice, utility timeline, storage unit info. What is this? Supporting your authentic journey. You'll need to qualify for the apartment solo or find a roommate. Utilities need to be in your name. Storage unit too. You're kicking me out? Me no, I'm removing myself from shared financial obligations. You can absolutely stay if you qualify. You know I can't afford this place alone. Then you'll need to figure out a solution. You're great at manifesting, right? She went ballistic, threw the folder, screamed about betrayal, manipulation, abuse. The neighbors definitely heard. This is about Dakota, isn't it? You're jealous. Who? Don't play dumb. I know you stalked my Instagram. Your public Instagram showed up in my feed, but no, this is about respect and boundaries. I didn't even plan to see him. The universe. The universe can help you find an apartment too. She called her mom, Josie, Bianca, probably her entire contact list. I took Biscuit for a long walk. When I returned, she'd packed a bag. I'm staying with Josie. You're going to regret this. Okay. Update 3. The regret she promised hasn't materialized. What has? An extinction-level entitlement event. First, she tried the landlord. Apparently went to the office Monday morning, tears fully activated, claiming I was illegally evicting her. The property manager, Beth, absolute legend, calmly explained that I wasn't evicting anyone, just removing myself from the lease. Sienna could stay if she qualified. Income requirement? 3 times the rent. Her part-time yoga income? Not even close. Tuesday, I got a call from my bank. Someone had tried to add themselves to my account. Needed my authorization? Hard no. Turns out Sienna had tried using our old apartment documents to prove she was my domestic partner. Bank wasn't buying it. Wednesday was comedy gold. Came home from work to find a meditation circle in progress. In my apartment. 6 people, including Sienna and Moonbeam, sitting in my living room, burning sage. Me, what's happening? Moonbeam, we're cleansing the negative energy you've created in Sienna's sacred space. This is my apartment. You're all trespassing. Leave now or I call the police. I live here. I have rights. You have 30 days notice from the landlord. Today isn't day 30. Also, you moved to Josie's, remember? The universe recognizes no such boundaries. The police do. They left, but not before Moonbeam told me my chakras were catastrophically misaligned. I'll live. Thursday, Sienna's dad called. First time in 2 years. Mr. Hartley's son, let's talk man to man. We're not family, Mr. Hartley. You're destroying my little girl. Me, she's 31. She needs stability. You provided that, and she repeatedly chose instability. Last-minute retreats, including one with her ex. Long pause. With Dakota? Yep. That piece of, she told us she was done with him. Apparently not. Still, you could have handled this better. How? Continue being her safety net while she does whatever? No thanks. He hung up without another word. Friday brought the lawyer scare. Got an email from Hartley and Associates, her uncle's law firm, threatening action for financial abuse and illegal eviction. Forwarded it to my buddy who's an actual lawyer. His response? Lol. They have nothing. Save this email though. Threatening frivolous legal action is unethical. The weekend was my favorite part. Remember the Patel wedding she mentioned? The one I'd removed from her calendar? Yeah, I still went. Took my sister as my +1. Sienna showed up anyway. She'd remembered the date. Tried to walk in, not on the guest list as an individual. The bride, Anisha, had only invited us as a couple, and I'd already RSVP'd with my sister. Sienna caused a scene. Security had to escort her out. I heard about it later from Anisha, who was mortified but also kind of amused. Did you really not tell her? She wanted independence. That includes making her own social calendar. Final update. The apartment deadline arrived like a meditation bell she couldn't ignore. Sienna had spent the month ping-ponging between strategies. Love bombing, guilt trips, social media campaigns, narcissistic ex was trending in her stories, even a surprise visit from Dakota himself. That was special. Dude showed up at my apartment, trying to mediate. Dakota, bro, you need to chill. Sienna's just a free spirit. Then you take her. Whoa, we're not together. But you were together enough for a weekend. That was just universe stuff. Cool, the universe can find her housing too. He left quickly. Guess he wasn't interested in taking on the full Sienna experience. The final day? She had to be out. Showed up with Josie and a U-Haul. I'd already packed her remaining things, neatly boxed and labeled. Professional. Clean. Sienna, this is really it? You're really doing this? Me, you did this. Every retreat was a choice. Every last-minute departure was you choosing yourself over us. I was finding myself. And I found myself too. Turns out I'm someone who won't be taken for granted. She tried one last manipulation. Tears, promises to change, even suggested couples therapy. Then, when that didn't work, she went nuclear. You'll never find anyone who loves you like I did. Me, I'm okay with that. Your love came with too high a price. They loaded the truck. As they drove away, Josie texted me. She's been complaining non-stop about how having to share my studio. She keeps trying to manifest a bigger apartment but won't get a full-time job. How did you deal with this for 4 years? Didn't respond. Not my circus anymore.